My name is Susan Marling, and I'm a fiber artist from Georgia. And I specialize in marbling. Now, if you're not familiar with marbling, it's an ancient art form where I float paints on a liquid in a large tray. I rake and comb those paints into patterns, and then I lay a piece of white silk right down on top of that floating pattern. And when I pick up the piece of white silk, all the pattern is now on the piece of fabric, and I have this gorgeous one-of-a-kind piece of fiber. This is a piece of silk crepe de chine that I create garments from, like the top behind me, and accessories. And today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite accessories, which are scarves. Now you can find all of my work at marlingoriginals.com. So I hope you'll go and take a look. Now this is one of my favorite pieces, favorite accessories that I create, and that is a silk chiffon scarf. And this is a wonderful neutral. And the reason I like these small scarves is I do create them a little more rectangular, which I think eliminates some bulk, gives you less fabric to figure out what you have to do with. And the silk chiffon on its own is softer and kind of floaty. It's a sheer fabric, so you can see through it. It gives it a nice relaxed look. And scarves are great for adding a pop of color to whatever it is you're wearing. So I've got on a simple black top and a pair of jeans, and let's get started making this look great. So here is a neutral scarf, the black and white. And what I'm going to do is hold the scarf at the far end so that there's kind of the bias in the center. Very simple, but great look. I'm going to tie a knot in the back, slip it over my neck. I can wear it long. I can wear it up closer if I'd like. I can tuck those ends up underneath my neckline, and I've got a great look. I can also turn it if I want. If I were gonna wear it like this all day, I might wanna pin it underneath with a pin. And if you do that, just make sure anytime you pin silk that the pin is very, very sharp. So you just want to take an emery board and sharpen it, and you're good to go. It's a great look, easy, simple. Now, if you want a square knot look, but you're kind of all thumbs when it comes to tying a knot, this is a really simple way to do a square knot. So we're going to take this same style scarf, small rectangle, hold it at the far ends, tie a loose knot on one of the ends, and then take the other end and slip it right through. And I can adjust the way that knot looks. Place it around my neck. And then I can tighten up that loose knot, and it will stay secure all day. So just tighten that up. Now, if you know me, you know that I love these T-shirt clips. And here's an example of one. You can purchase them at Amazon or many places, but it's a simple round device with a bar right in the middle. And so these are great for a simple look for a scarf too. I'm just going to put one end of the scarf through. I'm going to take the other end, place it through. I've got a great look. I can do the same thing. I can tighten it, I can loosen it, however I want to do, but then I have this pretty, this one's a tortoiseshell gray that goes so pretty with this scarf, which if you notice, this just has a great marble pattern on it. I love this scarf. Now, another thing we can do with a small rectangular or square scarf is we can take it and on the wrong side, grab a point in the center and wrap a rubber band, or you could use a rubber gasket, any kind of small ring. You could use one of those hair ties, the elastic hair ties, and you want to create a little, like a little loop here. And when you flip this scarf over, now you've got a really pretty graceful look. So I'm going to take that, and once again, I'm just going to tie it right around my neck, and I can tie it tight so that it's up close if I need an up close look, or I could tie it looser and have a looser look. It's really just whatever I want. I could turn it, just numerous things. Now, if all of these looks so far have had the pointed corners shown, if for some reason you don't want that, you want a softer look, here's a real easy way to do it. You're going to take the scarf and tie on the wrong side the two shorter ends together. Open it up. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing. But this time, instead of having the pointed ends, I have a very soft, almost like cowl neckline, just by making that one simple change. And I'm not going to have to tuck things all day or do anything. It's done. So it is going to be set. I could use my scarf clip with that if I wanted, or a scarf loop or any kind of ring. That would work as well. Here I've done the last look. I've done the same thing. So inside I took and did my rubber band right in the center of the scarf, and then I took two ends and tied them together, turned the whole thing inside out, grab the two ends that are loose now, and tie it, and I've got that real pretty texture that comes from tying that inside loop from putting the rubber band on there, but I've got the rounded look too. So another great option. Once again, you can find all my silk chiffon rectangular scarves on my website. So www.marlingoriginals.com. A lot there to look at. Now this is kind of a cool idea. This is a little bracelet I have. And what I did was I tied one end, same thing, here's my rectangle. Let me let you see it. So I tied one end to this bracelet. Just did a simple knot right around the bracelet, and then I'm going to take this, turn these points inside, kind of turn the scarf in on itself. And then I'm going to take the other end and I'm going to tie it around the other side of the bracelet. And I'm going to take this pointy end before I've got it completely tight and stick it right inside there so it's kind of hidden. And so now I have kind of an interesting look. I could do however I wanted. I could put it in the back if I wanted. I could put it on the side. I can make it longer or shorter depending on how much excess I leave on that knot. So I can play around with where it's going to hit me on my outfit to see what I like. But that's a great way to kind of show off a pretty bracelet as well. Now, sometimes you just want a really simple look. So all I've done here is take the scarf, tie a really soft knot right there in the center, and I'm just going to put it right around my neck. And I've almost got like a scarf necklace. And I could, if I had on a turtleneck, I might wear that right up against my neck, would be real pretty. Just depending on what kind of neckline you have underneath. If I had on a collared shirt, this would look great. It would fit right under the collar, and where the collar opens, it would be a pretty knot right there. And you can also pull out, with the rectangular scarf, you can have those two little ends, and you can pull those out from underneath that knot, and that gives you almost like a bow. And once again, you could turn it any way you wanted, but that's a pretty bow. You could wear it up tight if you had on a turtleneck. Now here's a beautiful one. Gosh, that great cranberries and browns. So here we've got, once again, one of our silk chiffon rectangular scarves. I'm going to hold it up and kind of just fold it in on itself. I'm going to put the ends in the front and just tie them. Just loop them one over the other. And then I'm going to pull these apart so that I get a nice full look. This one does not want to pull apart. These scarves also make for wonderful scarf necklaces. This is a wire wrapped stone that I picked up at an art show somewhere. And what I've done here is done that same looping that I had before and that I showed you on the last scarf. And then I stuck the ends right through the bail. It had a large bail. You do need something that has a larger bail on it. A small one really won't work. And now I have a scarf necklace. And once again, could pull that up as tight as I wanted. If I wanted it right up against my neck or midway or whatever. And do remember that when you have a scarf, just one point, when you're wearing a scarf, you decide where the focus is going to be. So if you want the focus to be on your face, perhaps you want it up closer, mid for a more balanced look. If you're heavy busted, you might want it up higher to bring the eye up, or depending on what you're wearing, longer might be the best. So play around. Your mirror is your best friend when it comes to where you want these scarves to hang. Now there are other ways you can wear your scarves. Use your scarves actually, and I do this a lot. This is one of my winter hats, and I love to just have a little bit of marbled silk around the outside edge. It just adds some color to what is an otherwise, kind of plain brown hat. And this would work with any of your winter hats. I also like to use scarves on my bags. I have this great vintage messenger bag, and I love a scarf on it because it just is kind of plain, but that just adds some color. And then I also have this small little bag that just wouldn't be the same without this scarf. So once again, I hope you'll go check out all of my scarves at marlingoriginals.com. I hope you'll take some of these ideas and use them yourself to kind of update some looks. It's fun to spend a little bit of time with your clothes you have, creating new looks with new scarves. Thanks so much.